Behind the city was a pair of buildings located to the near south of Shibuya's pedestrian scramble. There was a small plaza at the East Tower's first floor entrance, which neighbored the station. It was may not have been as popular as an area by the city of Hachiko. People often used it as a meeting spot. Even now, tons of people were glaring at their cell phones while waiting for some appointed time. Only one among them wore a strangely harsh expression as he stood in place. He was a high school student, Aoi Senna. From the descending escalator that came down from the Inokashira line station, which was found on the second floor of Sand City. He leaned against a white column nearby it and scrupulously scanned the area. Yet for some reason, never mind the season, she was nibbling on a popsicle, which was completely contrasted with the sharpness of her gaze, making her appear intensely amusing. In fact, she wasn't waiting for anyone, but instead she was quietly observing the people going to and fro. From right where she stood, one could see all the way to the jumbotron located by the scramble crossing. A famous singer's PV video was slowly drifting there. On the lower portion of the screen, information about the so-called new gen cases ran in a continuous ribbon. It wasn't a day without new gen related news. TV, newspapers, the internet, weekly publications, even the jumbotrons along the street and electrical sports scoreboards. Then I had absolutely no interest in those sources of information. To walk about Shibuya, I would often pass people talking about such topics. Whose eyes are those eyes? Again, that phrase. Over the past few days, she had begun to spot people with those words printed on the front of the t-shirts. Oh no, it's becoming some kind of stupid hype. In Shibuya, the phrase has become wildly popular as an underground meme and was beginning to develop legs on its own. People on the street spoke, smiling, of how related goods were selling pretty well at Harajuku souvenir shops, providing proof positive that human beings have zero interest in anyone besides themselves. Then I snorted quietly as though to show her contempt, finishing the last mouthful of the popsicle, and lightly closed her eyes without changing her severe expression. He listened closely to the noise of the city. A wide range of noises overflowed through the Sunday plaza. The rumble of trains reached the platform, taxis honking, people chatting as they walked, background music leaking from the jumbotron and from inside shops, the announcement from the escalator explaining how to ride it safely. The sound never died out. Before one ended, the next would manifest, and they went on to play a multi-layered and discordant noise. In the midst of that noise, I not only paid attention to people's voices, her brain blocked out all the other sounds, and she came to hear the words clearly.
結局全部同じ犯人なのかな。
違うってニュースで言ってたぞ。手口が違いすぎるって。なんとかっつうバンドの歌詞と一緒。おめえファンタズムなめんな。お前あのバンド好きなの？
キモくねえよ。私あの曲の歌詞にマジ共感したんだけど。
今時ファンタズム知らないなんてさ。じゃあ CD 貸せよ。遅れてるよな。ほら。これ見てくれよ。何これ超ウケるんだよ。この前買ってきた。これ普通に売ってたんだな。超ウケるマジで来てるよ。初めて見た。でもあれじゃね。これってニュージェネの犯人に殺してくださいってアピールしてるようなもんじゃ。俺もいよいよ全国デビューか。
最近渋谷超怖くない？
怖い怖い。
マジでいいんだけど一人
やめよ。そういう噂で僕に殺される可能性低いな。おじさんとか
キモい男とかだけ殺してほしいよね。もしそうなら
私マジ応援する。
Then I gave a small click of her thumb. She soon ceased listening. She hadn't found anything worthwhile in any of the noise. Ultimately, noise was no more than noise.
この視線の感覚。気のせいか。
It's so weird. There are multiple people now who somehow noticed some kind of gaze. Ow. I just bumped my elbow on the desk. I'm sorry for that noise. I mean, Takumi notices the gaze, and now Senna as well. That's so suspicious. I'm not even sure what to think of that. He looked around one more time. Since some time before, he felt a horror akin to having cold fingers caress her back. A gaze thrown at her by someone unknown, but she couldn't seek out its true form. Senna pushed herself away from the pillar against which she was leaning. And then, as she had only just remembered it, stared down at the popsicle stick remaining in her hand.
外れか
Knitting her eyebrows, as if her mood was growing worse and worse, she quickly walked off towards the station plaza. What is it with this game? This game is so weird. Because someone wished so.
私は望んでない。
I wished for it. Because this place is your imagined world, and at the same time, it's also mine.
ねえ、あの空はどこにあるの？
I'm still wondering why Takumi had those hallucinations when he found the third body, the staked murder. I mean, he imagined Rimi being there, covered in blood, while the body had about 100 stakes passed through the body, which obviously, according to the previous video, wasn't the case at all. So I'm really wondering what's up with that. Anywhere you wish to be.
望んでいいの？
What? Sheraton was calling me. Roger was great yesterday. Sheraton played a huge role, and there had been a sexy kissing scene. Sakura quality was way up there too.
起きたらおはようのキスしてあげるからさ。って私何言ってんだろ。バカバカ今の忘れて。
Sheraton was calling me. Plus, with her saying such mild things to me, I couldn't avoid getting up. I beat off the sheets covering me, groaned, and rose from the sofa.
ちょっといつまで寝てるんさ。このボケナス。
Why are we hearing Sarah's voice? What's going on?
こうなったら私の侍コンデンサでぶん殴って起こし。
Oh, it's an alarm clock, never mind. When I switched off the alarm clock, Sheraton's voice got off in the middle of resounding to my room.
おはよう、セーラ。
My Sarah's voice clock came in quite handy. If I didn't turn it off, her voice would get louder and louder before finally turning into a meaningless buzzer. Because I wanted to greet the morning after having been woken up by Sheraton, I tricked myself to hit the switch before the buzzer started ringing. Up until now, I'd only failed at it twice. It was so easier to wake up with Sheraton's help. No, in actuality, I usually felt pretty awful from playing games till dawn, from how uncomfortable the sofa was, but being woken up by Sheraton made it much less painful. I had school today. Since I skipped school a day last week, my minimum attendance charge was starting to get a little warped. It would have been okay for me to go only twice this week, but now I was compelled to be at school 3 times in order to make up for the gap. I didn't want to go, but it'd be bad if I didn't. If I stayed home more than this, I wouldn't be able to graduate. Not that failing to graduate would change anything about me. I had dreamt of Rimi. It was an odd dream. It seemed terribly nostalgic. It seemed terribly lonely. It seemed terribly sad. And it seemed terribly distant. Would Rimi come to school today? I constantly kept thinking about what happened the day before yesterday. I thought about it on and on to the point of neglecting ESO. Not about Shogun having appeared, or the illusion of everyone disappearing from Shibuya. I didn't attach tremendous significance to those things. Those must have been my delusions. I certainly wouldn't believe Shogun was an old man like that. And thinking back over it, there are simply too many impossibilities involved in people vanishing from Shibuya. It was even a delusion that particularly felt real, but I was ashamed of myself for being so quick to believe in situations so far removed from reality. I mean, this game is so weird, it's almost impossible to predict what is real and what's not, and what's about to happen. More than any of that, Rimi, the girl that I had called a demon until very recently. My memories of being in that place were surreal and malleable, as in a dream, and the one thing I still recall clearly was the feeling of Rimi embracing me. If she hadn't done that for me, I might have become deranged and lost sight of myself. Why had Rimi saved me? I wondered that if it was because she'd said, "We are friends." I had no single memory of things like her being in the class since freshman year, or was going to a movie with Mizumi-kun. But that attitude with which she made contact with me was clearly one of a close friend. Mimi had been a little close to crying when she helped me. Yeah, that was a really sweet scene. At the very least, I didn't think it was an act. She was the first girl to ever worry about me and cried over a cause of Taku like me. When she acted like that towards me, it instantly blew away all the previous dread and suspicion. More than that, it made me feel like I was on the verge of falling for her. No, but as you might expect, I was keeping myself carefully reined in. Confusion took up most of the space in my heart. How should I act around Rimi from now on? Is Rimi my ally or my enemy? Is Rimi the new gen criminal? Is it the fact that she saved me? Is it also the fact that I'd seen her standing still, drenched in blood, at the scene of the staking? I stopped by Shota Park on the way to school. I wonder if we will see Yua someday. We haven't seen her in a long time. After what had happened with Yua, I'd given up on my custom of eating breakfast here before heading to school. It didn't feel so pleasant when I thought about what Yua might be watching me from somewhere. And if she came over to talk to me, she regurgitated her annoying crazy conspiracy theories at me again. I couldn't afford to spend any time around her. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a yawn. Right, she subordinate. Maybe I'd been wrong in believing that deduction of mine for so long, but that didn't mean Yua wasn't my enemy. There remained the possibility that Shogun was the last boss and Yua worked under him. In any case, it would be better to stay away from her. Except today, I had someone ended up coming here. I carefully studied my surroundings to verify that Yua wasn't there. Then I slowly lowered myself onto my usual bench. I cast my eyes downward towards the bottle, stuffing my cheeks with the chocolate pastry I bought at the convenience store earlier. There was little wind and the surface of the water remained idyllic. Once in a while, I saw a cold-like fish slide through the cloudy water. Today, rarely enough, there were no other people in the park. It was a very quiet space. Why do I have the feeling that something is up? And I'm sorry, I keep yawning, but it's not even that late. Well, I guess it's 10:30 p.m. now. As my gaze swam about the park, what I thought of was, predictably enough, Rimi. To be honest, going to school was a bother, knowing I would have no choice but to see her. For that, I went here just to buy myself some time. I felt like I'd said all kinds of harsh things to her. Yet Rimi had kept smiling and continued treating me kindly. If I went to school now, she would surely start talking to me again, the same as before. I hope so. Smiling, acting as though what had happened in front of the 107 building didn't bother her in the slightest, calling to me as my friend. Somehow, that internally cheerful demeanor of her depressed me a little. But she also had an atmosphere with her that made me think maybe if I stayed with her, I would start feeling brighter as well. I would hope so. But somehow, this is just like Steins Gate if people start hoping for something. And shit is about to hit the fan. With what kind of expression would I go meet her? I definitely didn't think of Rimi as a demon anymore. But I didn't think of her as a friend either. Jimmy had said that Rimi and I had got along well as classmates for the past year and a half, but I had no memory of anything of the sort. And something was going wrong with the person behind me after all. Maybe. It's also possible for my memories of Rimi to disappear like that, as if they'd been pinpointed. I inch over even further upon entering the school building. Following my usual principle for getting by at school, I walked slowly along the edge of the hallway as I headed for the stairs. My class was on the 3rd floor. It was quite a pain in the neck to climb up there. If only there was an escalator, I thought. Oh, it's you, the transfer student. When I come to the foot of the stairs, I spotted the girl ahead of me, swaying as she climbed up. She dragged her right foot a little as she walked. Maybe she twisted it. Small body wavered from side to side. She seemed awfully precarious. I saw the student steadily got up with her and passed her on both sides. She climbed up slowly, literally one step at a time. Looking at her from below, it seemed like her panties would start showing at any moment now. Dude, really? Really? Crap, at this rate, I'd end up a peeping Tom. I didn't want people to call me Mirror Man. When that occurred to me, I stepped towards the stairs to go past her. Right then, the girl caught her toes on the edge of the stairs and suddenly wobbled. Ow! As she came tumbling down with such momentum that it seemed like I heard a bang type sound effect. Luckily, she stepped on the landing so she hadn't fallen all the way down the stairs, but she remained on her knees as though she was in pain, and she didn't move for quite some time. Was that a flag emergency vent? No, of course it wasn't. Even if it was, I wouldn't be able to bring myself to speak to her. Why not? Which was why I hastily slipped past her. Sorry, but get help from a third dimension loving womanizer like Mizumi-kun, okay? Dude, really? Please don't seek anything from me. But she stayed curled up so motionlessly. I started to get a bit concerned. After getting halfway up the stairs, I turned around quietly to see how she was doing. Aww. Just clutching the railing and trying her hardest to stand up. Knees were knocking, like those of a newborn deer. Blood oozed from her knee. I wondered if she had scraped it. Maybe you should go with her to the nurse's office.
Huh?
That face! I've seen it before. Wasn't she the girl who transferred to my class last week? Her name was... What was it again? I couldn't remember. Sorry. Neither can I. On top of that, she was crying. Did her that badly? She fallen pretty flashily, but it had looked like big enough to impact her with crying. Nobody attempted to offer her a hand. Having barely managed to stand up, she leaned forward to peek at her knee. Apparently, she was taking the condition of her injury. Takumi, come on, go with her to the nurse's office. The transfer student wiped her eyes, set her back down, and began rummaging around inside it. What could she be searching for? I thought to myself. All of a sudden, she pulled her hand triumphantly out of her bag and hoisted it up over her head. Her fingers were clutching a band-aid. Alright, Matt. The transfer student's cheeks went red and she hung her head. Ah. Well, for the time being, she seemed to be alright. And even if I didn't stay and watch her, she'd be okay. Reaching that conclusion, I hastily went to the classroom. I held my head as I always did, fixing my gaze on the answer of my dad. I wanted to see a desk, clothes, whatever. I silently took to my seat. Come to think of it, I seem to remember that transfer student saying something to me the day she transferred in. Something about being glad we were in the same class. Rimi had soon made me forget all about it, but I wondered what those words had meant.
Yo, Taku.
Oh, Mr. Mukun, to see you. Yeah. Nah. As always, Mr. Mukun was calling me. Maybe the two of us didn't have any friends besides me. Maybe. At least, the way he always started talking to me and only me was sufficient to give me that such doubts.
聞いてくれよ。昨日さ、怪しいおっさん2人が校長室に入ってくのを見たんだ。
Huh? Really? What's that about?
で、俺とリミトでこっそり盗み聞きしてみたらびっくりしたぜ。その2人、刑事だったんだぜ。
Oh, that's right. They're looking for us, or at least suspecting us. And Mr. is now fueling our paranoia, even probably he doesn't mean to. Or does he? Detectives?
なんか深刻そうに全校生徒の名簿とか見てたよ。もしかしてニュージェネと関係あんのかな。
Perhaps the real new gen criminal was a student at the school. No matter what, all I kept thinking of was Rimi's face.
まあ、盗み聞きしてたら見事にバレちゃったんだけどね。
I jumped. Think of the devil, or whatever they call it at times like this. When I heard Rimi's voice burst in on us, I felt my heart rate leap. I couldn't look up, I was tense. It was a totally different kind of tension from what I had felt up until last week.
あれはお前がドア勝手に開けたせいだぞ。分かってんのか？
しょうがないでしょ。本物の刑事さんって見るの初めてだったからちょっと興奮しちゃってつい。
何をどうやったらついドアを開けるんだよ。おかげで俺らまで刑事から話を聞かれる羽目になったんだからな。
大臣ってば刑事さんに聞かれちゃまずいことでもあったの？
Maybe. I don't think I have said this before, but I really like the uniforms at this school.
そういうお前はどうなんだ？
さあね。
Oh, they're really fueling his paranoia right now. Misumi-kun and Rimi sat towards my desk as they carried on their conversation. They disregarded my existence, but to be honest, I liked it better that way. I wasn't confident that I would be able to say anything back if Rimi did talk to me. I'd anticipated the chime ringing without either of them saying anything to me. But when I took a look at the clock, it was still 5 minutes till the warning bell.
そういやタク、ここに来る途中で梢ちゃん見なかったか？
Oh yeah, that was her name. I forgot. I really forgot. Kuzue-chan? Who? He touched the student who scraped their knee.
ああ、そっか。どうせお前のことだから覚えてねえとは思ったけど、マジでそうだったんだな。先週転校してきた子のことだよ。折原梢ちゃん。
Oh, so that touched the student was ghost. Okay. Okinaga Kuzue.
階段で
階段？
見た。
お、そっか。じゃあもうすぐ来るな。
Misumi-kun's voice was brimming with enthusiasm. I hadn't seen him act this lively since a few days ago, when he found out that Fuzzy was a girl from the class next door. In short, I'd never seen him put much effort into anything related to girls. Now that he mentioned it, I'd also seen him hitting on the last week, pretty much as soon as she arrived. It really was indomitable. Way to go, that might affect that you have a girlfriend.
なあ、梢ちゃんってマジ可愛いと思わねえ？
You should ask me things I found hard to answer. And those ambiguously, apparently, he took it as a sign of agreement.
太郎、俺一人で気に入っちまったよ。なんか守ってやりたくなるんだよな。男子みんなも同じ意見だよ。どいつも可愛いって言ってんだ。けどよ、女子の間じゃあんま評判良くねえんだよな。
I think the girls are just really jealous of her because she's getting all the attention. Both for being called cute and both for being the new girl.
まだ転校してきたばっかだぜ。それなのに早くもうざいみたいな意見まで出てきてんだよ。
That's mean.
このクラスの女子って性格悪いやつ多すぎだ。
I guess.
それって大臣のせいじゃないの？だいたいそのうざいって言ったのどうせ大臣の彼女でしょ？
ああ、そうだけど。
そりゃあ彼女にしてみればうざいに決まってるよ。自分の彼氏が目の前で折原さんを口説きに行っちゃってたらさ。私でさえよく喧嘩売られるんだから、大輔君に近寄らないでって。しかも一人じゃなくて何人かから言われた。
マジ？
自覚なしか。少しは反省したら？
いやー、モテる男は辛いぜ。
これだよ、さすが女の敵。もう私フォローしてあげないからね。あ、折原さん来た。
なんか怪我してるみたいじゃね？
本当だ。どうしたんだろう。
This was what she's gotten when she tripped on the stairs earlier. Of course, I didn't feel like telling them to about it. Now, at any rate, I wanted to avoid talking to Rimi as much as I could.
俺、ちょっと言ってくれ。
Yeah, whatever. Misumi-kun dashed up to the transfer student. Thanks to his departure, Rimi was the only person left behind my seat. Please don't leave me, Misumi-kun. Well, delusion time. I clicked on the green one this time. Maybe didn't say anything despite that. I didn't move away from my seat either. Because I was hunched over practically deep enough to sink my teeth into my desk, I didn't know what kind of face she was making. All I could see was the area around the waist. But that was enough to show me that Rimi was facing me. In other words, he was watching me. What's with those flashes all the time? At times like this, I should work up my courage and say something natural sounding.
おはよう、咲畑さん。
Well, so far as attempts go, not bad.
おはよ
But this is a delusion, so Right on, our first point of contact has gone well. As soon as I let myself become released, Rimi made a reluctant face and tilted her head.
う。ねえタク、なんで急に妙竹林な呼び方するの？
妙竹林。
咲畑さんなんてなんだか他人行儀。
Yeah, I just call her Rimi.
今までみたいに呼んでよ。
I always have, huh? I wasn't really sure what that meant, but...
じゃあ、リミ。
お、なんだいタク。
いや、特に何もないけど。
じゃあ私から一言。
Rimi cleared her throat and Neil glanced about the area, then brought her face closer in my direction.
タクは大地みたいになっちゃダメだよ。ああいう女たらしはいつかひどい目に遭うに決まってるから。
あ、うん。肝に銘じておくよ。
タクのそういう素直なところ、私好きだな。
Like, hold on. From Rimi's perspective, was I an honest kid? Honest kind of character?
そもそも私、大臣のことで一つだけどうしても許せないことがあるんだよね。あれだけあちこちの女子に声かけてるのに、私には全く見向きもしないってこと。ひどいと思わない？
え、三角くんに口説かれたいの？
Well, that made sense. He was a pretty boy, and he was interesting to talk to. Even if you subtracted points from him being a playboy, maybe he was someone a girl would still want to go out with. Was what I thought, but Rimi grimaced and shook her head.
タク、冗談きついよ。大臣に口説かれるなんて想像しただけで鳥肌立っちゃう。
Look at yourself. You made a show of shuddering.
私はノーサンキュー。でもなんていうのかな、女としてのプライドっていうものがあるわけじゃない？ねえ、タクから見て私ってどう？魅力ある？
I mean, look at you compared from all the people in the background. You have main character hair. But yeah, I'd say you look cute. You sure ask things and have a tough time answering.
どう？
On top of that, her eyes were sparkling, and she was bursting with expectation. Did I think that Rimi was attractive? No doubt about it, but I need some pluck to put that into words.
認めたくないものだな。
若さゆえの過ちというものを。
What?
あ、
引っかかった。
Rimi smiled proudly. Don't tell me she's actually an otaku. I instinctively let out a rueful smile. But somehow, even though it was a trivial conversation, it was amazingly fun. Before now, I'd almost never had this kind of conversation with a girl. Maybe that's the point of these delusions. Maybe the green delusions are positive for Takumi and help him gain some confidence, while the red delusions just scare him more and break his psyche even more. I mean, it looks like that. I didn't know why, but I had the feeling that I'd get along well with Rimi. That was why I found myself able to voice those words, as if there was nothing odd about it whatsoever.
リミは魅力的だよ。
Ah, adorable. Rimi reels back exaggeratedly, her face becoming passionately redder with each passing moment.
面と向かって言われると恥ずかしい。でもありがとう。タクにそう言ってもらえるとすごく嬉しい。大臣に口説かれるより1億兆倍嬉しい。
That's quite a lot.
1億兆なんて桁はないけど。
なんとなくニュアンスで分かってよ。それだけスケールの大きい嬉しさってこと。
What is this? Herein lies the true meaning of youth. Well, I guess this part has been going on long enough. Longer than the average. Anyway, about 36 minutes, so thank you all for watching, and we'll continue at this point next time.